Hey, I'm here for a short conclusion for our video here, and I just want to talk about the deck a little bit. Things I learned from playing, and maybe some suggestions for moving forward. First of all, Abzan Ascendancy wasn't very good. We only drew it a few times, and it wasn't very good when we drew it. So I think I know that I don't want this card. So I don't know how I can get rid of it, but move it over here. No. Remove. There we go. Okay. Absent Ascendancy is gone. Um, Seeker of the Way wasn't very good either, so I'm fine just removing these. Um, and then Herald was kind of bad too. So these are the cards that I wasn't that happy with. Uh, so that now how do we move from how do we go from there? So I really liked these a lot. I like the cuts and the charms, the thought seizes. Um, I like the creature base here too. So I want this deck to be very proactive and down to the ground. So basically, by removing those cards, we have another 8 slots to add. We want to add some number of creatures. I want to add a fourth heir. I want to add Brimaz actually. I want to try Brimaz out. I think he could be very good with Abzan Charm, Murderous Cut, and the like. Just as another like creature threat. Um, so I want to try like a fourth heir and maybe 2 Brimazes, and then I kind of want maybe another threat. In there somewhere. Maybe we have to play Sorin again. Maybe with Brimaz in the mix. Like I want like one Sorin. So if we have like add 2 Brimazes and an heir. Maybe 2 or 3 Brimazes and an heir. I want to add a couple of Sorins, maybe 1 or 2 Sorins, and then I feel like there's something else that I'm missing too. Maybe it's more removal, or maybe it's Despise. I could really see, either of those being good. Hero's Downfall, for example, or Despise, or Bioblight, and maybe that's the card I'm missing. And maybe I still want like 1 or 2 Heralds. They were just really awkward, and I never really felt like I needed Herald to win a game, or that Herald was going to do that much for me. So I don't really want the Heralds anymore. But having Evasion is powerful. So maybe I go back to Wingmate Rocks, like try like two rocks again, and try that. I think that Wingmate Rock maybe is very strong. So if I had like I would have to add a 25th land, I think, if I'm going to play another rock. So, let's see. Add one more land. Perhaps it's a... another temple, maybe? I didn't like having too many come in and play tap lands. Maybe it's a third Llanowar Wastes. Or a second Plains. Plains is kind of awkward, though, so... Yeah, maybe like a third Llanowar Waste or something like that, or a Temple of Plenty. Temple of Plenty sounds good actually. As a 25th land, so then I would have 6 more slots, like 2 rocks, 2 Brimazes, an heir, and maybe 1 removal spell. Or maybe I don't play Sorin, I play 2 downfalls. So like 2 downfalls, 2 rocks, 2 Brimaz, 1 heir, and another downfall, and then that seems like a pretty solid deck. And then I guess for my sideboard, I could Hunt the Hunter becomes worse when I'm cutting my green creature count, so I think I can safely get rid of 1. Ooh, what did I just do? Oh, I slid away. Okay. I'm gonna remove a Hunt the Hunter. Maybe we actually want to remove 2 Hunt the Hunters. It wasn't really as impressive as I was hoping it would be. Drown in Sorrow I like, although I think get away with just having 3. That might be a mistake though. We probably still want the 4th. I like Despise a lot. Despise was really sweet. I was very happy with Despise. I feel like the deck could benefit from 1 or 2 Bioblights to really help against Jeskai. So that's an option too. And then Seeker maybe is still a good sideboard card to come in aggressive matchups to give us some life gain. But again, I still like Sorin for that role. And if we're playing Wingmate Rock, maybe even Nyx Fleece Ram fits that role pretty well. At any rate, I just wanted to showcase my thoughts on playing this deck and how I would approach fixing this deck after playing a daily event with it. Um, and really, all I do is I look at like what cards were bad, what cards were good, and like Herald was just bad. I didn't like it. Abzan Ascendancy was just bad, and Secret of the Way was just bad. So easiest for me is to just like let's get rid of the bad cards. Let's focus on the things that were good and try to improve on those. And I think that Brimaz, I really liked Anafenza, and I think Brimaz fills a similar role to Anafenza, and maybe even Boon Satyr, as weird as it sounds, because I'm cutting Heralds, but Herald loses me a lot of life and is kind of awkward to cast sometimes. And I mean, Boon Satyr's just as awkward to cast, but Boon Satyr's just as good, and it also triggers Ferocious. So actually, I really like the idea of Boon Satyr as well. I want to try some Boon Satyrs and see that as well. That might be pretty good. And add a fourth Heir of the Wilds as well to go with the Boon Satyrs. So definitely interesting ideas, and I enjoy playing this deck a lot. I'm not sure how good this deck actually is. I was playing with a bunch of random cards this time, and a lot of them weren't great. But I think this deck does have potential. Maybe Boon Satyr is the missing link. Wingmate Rock might be a missing link as well. But anyway, I want to keep battling with this deck some, so hopefully I will maybe share some updates for this deck as I keep battling with it later and later on. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments anything that you liked or didn't like or whatever. I read all the comments, and I often take suggestions to heart. Last time I did a video, someone suggested that my camera was in a bad place. If I draw 8 cards in hand, you can't see the 8th card because my camera was in the way. So that is something that I moved my camera as a result. So yep, I do listen to suggestions and am willing to incorporate things that if I like the idea. So constructive criticism is awesome. Non-constructive criticism less awesome, but I'll still read it anyway. But just constructive is better, just as a general rule, and I respond better to that as well. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you another time.